Good evening. Thank you very much for watching today's streaming. My name is Tomomi from Carryfly, and this is the Japanese basic class. Today is the final class for Hiragana bird, very basic bird. Yay, congratulations! So, if this is the very first day for you, please go back start from lesson 1, and then by you achieving to today's class, and then you will be completing all the basic hiragana, which is the basic Japanese letters. So you can basically read and also have basic grammars. Okay. Great. And for the people who have been watching this for all time, thank you very much for keep watching till the very final stage. Complete today and have fun here. Okay. Thank you. Okay, and then as always, let's review the last one. Okay, let's make myself little. Okay. So we've learned a lot from a, I, U, E, O, and all the consonants K, S, T, N, H, M, Y, L, O, R, and Wa, O, N. Okay? A, I, U, E, O, and Akasatana, Hamayarawa. Okay? And then last time we learned smaller ya, you, yo sound. And this smaller ya, you, yo will get just after the I sounds. Ki, shi, chi, ni, hi, mi, ri. You see these blue letters. Ki, shi, chi, ni, hi, mi, ri. And then put it together and it sounds like kya, kyu, kyo, sha, shu, sho, cha, chu, cho, nya, nyu, nyo, hya, hyu, hyo, mya, myu, myo, and rya, ryu, ryo. Okay, do you remember now? Okay, and then today's last theme is little ts and horizontal line. So these two things are very tricky for pronunciation. So today we want to practice a lot of pronunciation with this little ts and horizontal line bar. Okay? Great, thank you very much. Okay, then let's start. So little ts, maybe many of you will wonder why this ts is also can be smaller, because by making a little smaller we create a little sound, like stuck sounds, like tss, tss, like staccato, or sometimes we pronounce it as like stopping, holding the breath. Okay, so let's say when we say katta, katta is bought, past tense of buy. We will write like this, katta. And with Hiragana, which is the alphabet, which is help you pronounce katta. Most likely it will be shown with like two T's or like C or something, which could show 字. Do you remember 字 could be written as this? So T, S, or C. You know, T sounds could be shown with C sounds too. So it'll be written like this. Okay. So 買った is bought. So in this case, we don't pronounce it very strongly like ts, but we a little hold our breath. 買った 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 Okay? Can you tell this difference? 買った Okay? Great. So yeah, please hold your breath like this. And then also like others, like 行った It's like very similar. 行った It's went. Past tense of go. So before we learned about 行く go 行きます right? And then to make the past tense, you put little つ and た 行った Okay? This formula doesn't work for every single verb, but this is very common. 行った And in this case also, you hold your breath a little bit. 行った And without 小さい little つ it's gonna sound like いた いた And this means was there, presented. Okay? So 行った and いた 行った and いた Can you tell the difference? 行った and いた This is very tricky when you pronounce Japanese actually. And if you can hold this breath correctly and you can speak Japanese very fluently and your Japanese sounds very nice. So please practice this small like holding breath time. いた or 行った いた 行った Okay? Great. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. For maybe other words, let's remember this chart and let's make some words. Okay? So actually when you make the past tense of verb, most likely the very last word letter will be ta. So it's very easy to create, and when you need to say the past tense, you cannot avoid little tsu. Okay. So let's say like how about this? 取って取ってと and let's say this is little too smaller too で取って取って取って OK 取ってhandle 取ってOops, I mistake. よいしょ。Sorry. 取って。Okay? It's not 取って。取って。取って。Okay? And other words. そうね。A lot of past tense. Let's say it. We called it 行って。Yeah. 振って振ってOK 振ってthis is one of a grammar and when you want to order something, ask someone to do something してください something してis a little changed structure of するしてください please do something and in that if you want to or ask for casually you will just change the to little to and te and then you can ask something and in this case 振る is shake okay so if you want to ask someone to maybe shake your juice shake your smoothie you can just 振って振って great so in that case the pronunciation is important again 振ってて振って okay great thank you so far do you have any questions so far is it fine yeah 待って exactly yes 待って is casual asking for wait for me please wait a minute 待って待って and then 待つ is the matsu is just like simple weight. It's like origin of the weight. And then you can play with this a little bit. And matte is wait. Wait. Matte, matte. Okay? Give me a sec. Please wait a little minute. Wait a minute. Everything is just matte. Okay? Great. Thank you. Okay. あとはそうだな。We can create like hundreds of past tense and casual order with this little tsu. So let's move on to the horizontal line. So the very important thing in this class is to understand, to know there is a sound to hold your breath a little bit. And then the little tsu represent this sound. That's it. No like very complicated grammar or no complicated like perfect remember the words or something like that. Just understand that this sound exists, and that's enough for today. Okay? Don't be rushed. Step by step. Let's go. That's very important. Okay, great. Yeah, I got a good one on the chat. ちょっと待ってください。ちょっと待ってください。So this is a little like advanced way to say, please wait a minute. And maybe this is very useful sentence. So maybe we can remember for that. ちょっと待ってください。Here we have a little tsu also. And do you remember ちょ? the little tsu? ちょっと。待ってください。Okay. And ください。ください is please. 待って。Wait. A minute. よいしょ。ちょっと待ってくださいね。ちょっと待ってください。ちょっと。ちょっと。ちょっと。Okay? ちょっと。ちょ。This is a new sound we saw it last time. ちょ。And then hold our breath a little bit. ちょっと。And 待って。Again, hold your breath a little bit. 待って。And ください。ください is already you are familiar with these sounds, right? ください。Okay? Please wait a minute. And it's very funny that all the grammar is completely the opposite with that of the English. ちょっと待ってください。Okay? Great. Thank you very much. And let's go to the next one. This one. We actually call it as a line to make it longer, like longer line. 伸ばす棒 or something like that. But we don't have like I think academically, if you search on it, maybe it has some name, but it's not very familiar and popular. So we just skip the name and we can just call it like horizontal line or like line to make it longer, like. Okay. So in that case, this sound, as we don't have like very good like format of this, like, you know, as you see, it's just, you know, simple line. It's very different from other letters, right? Even little tsu was tsu, Japanese like original letter. So this is something different. Yes, because it was not originally in Japanese sound. Well, actually, in Japanese, when we talk or like in the verbal communication, this sound has been existed, but as like in the letter, in the structure, we didn't have this. So when we use this for some words which came from other countries, most likely from English and from Portuguese and Russian and some, yeah, okay. For example, coffee, coffee, coffee. And how to write down this one, as the Hiragana is very difficult. Someone write down like this, ko, o. And for o with h, and he, and just u, double I, kohi. But don't worry, in this kind of cases, there's English somewhere close to it, because it was originally like most likely English. Coffee, 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 coffee. Can you tell when is this like horizontal line sounds? Coffee. Without this line, it sounds like kohi, kohi. With this line, kohi, 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 or kohi, kohi, kohi. Can you hear the difference? Kohi, kohi. Okay. Okay. And then, okay, let's review katta. Before we saw this one, like katta, it means bought, the past tense of buy. What is this? Katta, katta. So with this little difference, it means totally different. Cutter. Okay, like something to cut. Oh, sorry. The cutter. Katta, katta. So, katta, katta. So the time is actually four letters. Katta, katta, ka and ta. So by holding the breath and also just, make it longer, and you use the space and time for 4 letters. Katta, katta, and then it sounds like cutter in Japanese. But if you only use 3, katta, katta, and it's gonna be past tense of buy, kau. Okay? So this is very, very tricky, and when Japanese people ask like pardon, most likely these kind of words, because by little difference the meaning is totally different. So please be careful when you pronounce these words. Okay? Little long one. Smartphone. Smartphone. This fu, and little o is very, very rare. So please just remember right now. Okay? Smartphone. Smartphone. Can you guess what it is? Smartphone. Smartphone. So like this, like English word, and when we couldn't translate it in Japanese, and then we just use it as like it was Japanese from the beginning. So I hear many people saying that when I hear like new Japanese and I asked again, beg a pardon, and then realized that it was actually English. So other thing, hamburger. Hamburger. Can you guess what it is? Hamburger. Oops. Okay. Sorry, it's A. Hamburger. Hamburger. It's called we sounded like hamburger. Hamburger. Okay. Actually, if you come over to Japan and you want to order a burger, and you can just say hamburger 一つください. 一つ is one. And then maybe the person in the restaurant will understand. But when they come over to you and serve a hamburger, they will definitely say ハンバーガーです。ハンバーガーです。So you might feel confused, what is this, because the one you order was hamburger and the one you were served with hamburger. But it's totally the same. It's Japanese English. So don't worry. Okay. Thank you. Okay. And yeah, this is the thing that I wanted to tell you. This little tsu, holding your breath, and longer. Yeah, the word. Actually, if you double your vowel, the vowel, and it sounds like this too. Kata, hamburger, smartphone, coffee. It sounds like a little like robotics. So you can, if you to practice, you can double your vowel, the vowel before the horizontal line. But if you get used to it, try to just longer the vowel. Ah, e, u, e, o. Okay? Thank you. And thank you very much for helping me with the spelling. Thank you. And sorry about that. Okay? And I have a question here. And can we use horizontal line with hiragana as well? And also, okay, hiragana as well. Actually, to write down, you can use it with hiragana too. But I think you don't see it with hiragana often. The reason is because actually this is what we will learn in the next stage, katakana. So the thing is to make sure that this is original Japanese language and this is not original words in Japan, like coffee, cutter, hamburger, smartphone, like this. Japanese people started to use katakana. It's a little different letter from hiragana to show the foreign language. And since this horizontal line will is used to explain pronounce the sound which is came from the katakana plus horizontal lines, this combination is very popular and usual, not for hiragana. Okay, so maybe usually you will see it with katakana. So yeah, okay. And also I get another question. Koban nagai, but kaban sounds mijikai. Great. Okay, so this another it's kind of like tips and also like a little rule for Japanese pronunciation. So it's called like big vowel. I call it. Oh, when this vowel O go together, and then we take O only, and then don't pronounce U a lot. Koban. Okay, so let me explain a little bit. So this is original one, koban. Okay, koban, and then it sounds like this. It means for this office. Koban. But isn't it a little bit tiring to pronounce and move your mouth like oh, koban? You need to move a lot. You need to use your muscle a lot. Actually, it is very good practice to use your facial muscle a lot when you are learning new language. Actually, when I start to use learn English, I really hurt my facial muscle hurted really badly for like 4 months. So if you're the beginner, you should move bang, okay? But in Japanese people, native Japanese conversation, if you listen carefully, let's say, let me make it bigger. If you have O and U together, most likely we will just double O and sounds like koban. Okay, so this is a strategy. The structure. Koban is the right one, but in the conversation, when we need to pronounce it very fast, and also, if in the koban is in the topic of the conversation, it should be very emergency. So you need to speak it very fast. In that case, you can just skip u, and you can just longer ko and pronounce it koban. This is what's happening. Okay. And kaban is it's very similar. Kaban. In this case, if you break it down, no double vowel, so it's kaban. So this is a difference. Okay. Okay. Great, thank you very much. So if you have any question, please give me. Okay, thank you very much. Got it. Thank you. Okay, great, thank you very much. And it's all for today. So let's review a little bit. So we talked about the dotsu and horizontal line. And the dotsu sounds like you're holding your breath a little bit, just for one letter space. Katta, itta, totte, futte, matte. Okay? And very useful sentence. ちょっと待ってください. Please wait a minute. ちょっと待ってください. Okay? And horizontal line. Just join this class right now and let's see if this line, and then maybe he or she doesn't know what does it mean anything. So this is just a mark, actually. Just longer the sound, which was like before this line. Okay? コーヒー、カッター、スマートフォン、ハンバーガー。Okay? Great. Okay. Thank you. And then this, if you very be careful with these two little tricky sounds, and then you can master Japanese pronunciation. Great. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so thank you very much for attending my class and keeping up for like about 10 classes. We made it. Okay, so I am getting a question for next class. Okay, so for next class, actually I'm not sure when to do it for stream, and then I think I'm not doing it for streaming. Maybe I will just record it and then upload the video on YouTube channel. So don't miss subscribing our YouTube channel here, maybe here. And then don't miss the next class. And also I will record some like Japanese class, Japanese useful video with different theme, like Japanese useful Japanese for restaurant, useful Japanese for tour, useful Japanese for interview. So I hope it's gonna help you a lot to advance your Japanese level. And if you want to contact me, please send me the email, or please contact me on LinkedIn. I'll be always there. Okay. Thank you very much, and have a good night. Have a good weekend.